not a soul. This hero farm, it falls asleep inside my arms. We work the fields under the stars. The love is here at Goldshot Farms. Well, city life, yeah, had its charms, but we would dream of the fields under the stars. I fall asleep inside its arms. The love is here at Goldshot Farms. The love is here at Goldshot Farms.
Dude, not cool. Always wear your crampons.
What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone is having a wonderful night. I'm back for another farm meeting. We should have a good time tonight. This should be a lot of fun. I'm Morgan Gold of Goldshaw Farm. You know, typically I try to do these farm meetings here on YouTube once a month. Usually these farm meetings happen on the first Wednesday of each month, but unfortunately, I was traveling last week. And so I was not able to be able to do the live stream. So I figured rather than do that, why not I just do a makeup date the next Wednesday? And yeah, this is live. So folks are wondering, like, you know, is this pre-taped? Is this pre-recorded? All that sort of good stuff. No, this is 100% live. Yeah, I am here right now. Good to see everybody. It's so good to see everybody. Like I love doing these. These are always so much fun. And I'm looking forward to answering your questions. If you guys have questions, do me a favor, put them in all caps. It'll help me actually see them as I'm going through the chat here. Just so you guys know, the chat is moving wicked fast for me. So I'm going to do my best to keep up. But just know that it's going fast. And so I miss questions all the time. No disrespect whatsoever. Just me trying to do my best. Oh, Christina, thank you for that super chat. Everybody, Christina from the Pacific Northwest. Welcome back from Quackula and Little Duck. Yeah, so actually, you know, there's a couple things I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. Specifically, talk a little bit about what I've been up to, because last week, I will tell you right now, I was not at the farm. Also want to talk about a controversy that we had break out over the weekend, you know, related to NFTs. And I know some of you might not even know what an NFT is, but don't worry, I will get into that. I will talk about it, and I will talk about what it means for the farm, because I want to be very clear on that one. And then as I can see that Nima and Tyler Churchill are asking, what's going on with the puppy? And so I'll talk a little bit about what's going on there, because wow, puppy is popping through the chat here. And no bug man, I have no plans to get swans. Yes, the puppy up. Oh, all right, I'm just gonna hit the puppy update now, because I can see it just by glancing at the chat here. It is the most popular question out here. So let me just hit to it. So we do not have the puppy yet. So for just as a way of little recap for folks, we have Toby Dog here on our farm, who is our livestock guardian dog. You know, my constant companion and partner here on the farm. Toby has always been wonderful, but I actually want to add a partner really for two reasons. Number one, I think it'd be good for him to have a teammate and have some company, as well as I wanted to also potentially explore breeding Maremma dogs. So the breed of dog that Toby is what's known as a Maremma. It's a livestock guardian dog breed. Genetically, these dogs are really predisposed to do this type of work. They're built to live outside full-time, 24/7. They have special double coating, which really makes them weatherproof. They have an excellent temperament that like goes really well for this type of stuff as well. And so because of that, that's at the root of why I wanted to get this specific breed. And this puppy is going to be a female. And Toby, I've already done all the health screens. He's got his OFA checked. I've done genetic testing. He's good to breed if I find a good partner. And so my hope is that this puppy turns out to be a good partner. If she doesn't, it's still going to be okay. But that's kind of my long-term thinking and plan. So yeah, I've made the plan to get the puppy. She's about 3 months old right now. To find a dog that was completely unrelated to Toby Dog, I knew I was going to have to go to a breeder farther from where we are. And it turns out I checked with all the major breeders on the East Coast, and they all have dogs that are somehow one way or another, like sharing a grandfather or a great grandmother or something like that, are somehow related to Toby Dog. And so that made it not feasible to actually go with like a local breeder. And so I am now, in fact, going to California to pick up the puppy. It's going to be very soon. For honestly, just really safety reasons and security reasons, because I don't like to let people know when I'm not at the farm. I'm not going to tell you guys when it's going to be, but I'll just say soon. But I'll be going out there. It's going to be like a bang, bang, quick trip. Like I'm going to go out there. I will be out there for a day, and then I'll be flying right back. So it won't be a long trip, but it'll be a trip, and it'll be pretty soon is really all I can say. And sorry, guys, I wish I could say more. I know the other thing is people are wondering, does the puppy have a name? And the answer is not yet. I want to wait until I meet her before I try to name her. Hey, Heinlein, thank you for that super chat. Any plans to visit Morgan Jr. and Uncle Ben at Urban Rescue Ranch in Waco? And does Ginny need an agent? Well, to answer your second question first, Heinlein, I think Ginny probably does. She's getting kind of a big head, and she's become like the breakout superstar here at Goldfish Farm. Like all the kitten cams, particularly on TikTok, have been wicked popular. She was featured in the Boston Globe the other month. Yeah, she's become a hot commodity. I don't have any plans to go see Ben yet. So if you guys don't know, Ben over at the Urban Rescue Ranch is a farm down in Waco, Texas. And I would love to go out there and check it out. I just haven't had a chance or haven't had the time. I did go down last week, which is what I alluded to a little earlier, to go visit some friends, particularly Jessica and Jeremiah Sowards of Roots and Refuge Farm down in South Carolina, as well as Justin and Rebecca Rhodes in North Carolina, as well as Meg and Ben Holler in North Carolina. And so it was really good to just kind of hang out with friends. And so that's what I was doing last week. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Yeah, I don't have any plans to go see Ben. There's actually a couple folks that want to visit in Texas. So like, I think Texas and Missouri are the two other places that are like at the top of my list for wanting to go do a trip similar to the one that I did last week. But, obviously they're too far away. So I'd have to like do a Missouri trip, and I have a number of friends out there that I'd want to go visit. And then I'd probably also do a Texas trip. But thank you for that super chat, Heinlein. We got a couple more. Nathan, thank you for that super chat. And Monica, thank you for that super chat. And I appreciate the good luck. Mob Slayer, I don't understand your question. Duck age, please. I don't know the duck age. So the calves, I'm expecting May, June-ish, maybe July. I don't have exact dates, but that's what I'm hoping for. The cattle are definitely looking more and more pregnant. That I can definitely testify to. So yeah, there you go. Actually, the Creek Kid, this is not a painting of Ginny. By the way, say hi to little barn cat. She's right here in the chair behind me. But no, this is actually here. I'm going to go get it and show you guys. This is not, in fact, a painting of Ginny. This is actually a painting of our OG barn cat, Pablo Barn Cat. Hold on. Let me get it for you. Very observant, though, you to notice. So here we go. Look at that painting. Does he not look dapper? I think he looks pretty darn suave. It's like Victorian era Pablo. I think he's looking really good. But yeah, that's what this is. Not Ginny. I'm gonna set that there for now. Okay. Dalzia asks, how did you train Toby Dog? Really, it was just like through a lot of patience. I really didn't give him a lot of freedom at first. Like I made sure I was supervising him at a lot of the time. So he wasn't out there running around. He wasn't wandering free. I think that's really important because that let me correct any bad behavior I'd see. I think a lot of people make the mistake when they're training their guard dogs where they give them too much permission and they give them too much unsupervised time and they never learn correct behavior versus incorrect behavior. And so I think that to me is one of the most important things. The other thing is I focus mostly on positive reinforcement, but I will tell him no. I never hit him, never strike him, nothing like that. I think is completely wrong. But I will be like, no, bad dog. Like I will do that. I don't do that anymore really, but when he was a puppy, I did that. And I plan to take kind of a similar approach with the puppy when she gets here. Well, thank you, Janice McGreevy. I'm sorry. I'm glad you like watching our videos. I really appreciate that. And the super chat. So Athens, what I'm planning on doing is really actually keeping them separate when she's in heat. So I will be watching for when she's in heat. And when she goes into heat, I will actually have a separate place where I can keep her. The thinking being that would be the way to avoid any issues or problems there. Yeah, Leanne. Hey, Maya. My wife and I are moving to North Carolina in a week. Good luck, guys. I was just down there. It's a great spot. It's probably actually a good time to share this with you. I'm going to share a couple highlights here. So, yeah, like I was saying, I actually went and visited some friends last week. First off, my friend Jess and her husband Jeremiah, or often known as Maya, from Roots and Refuge Farm. I'm not sure if you guys have seen them on YouTube. You know, I actually went and stayed with them for a couple of days, and it was so much fun. You know, Jess is like one of my oldest, like she's actually my first like YouTuber. Actually, her or probably Al Alumna too. I guess actually Al I got to know a little bit before, but like she's one of my earliest YouTube friends. Like we've just been good friends for a number of years. We don't get to see each other much, but when we do, it's like such a great thing. And so she and her family recently moved from Arkansas to South Carolina. And they are setting up the coolest place. They have some long-term plans, and I don't want to spoil anything or give anything away that they probably don't want me sharing because I got a lot of the insider view the other day. But they have all sorts of good stuff out there, and I'm very excited. While I was down there, I actually got some time to hang out with Jess and share with like kind of some things from a video making perspective with her. And we actually made a video. It's a lot of fun, this video. You can actually see it right here. She just put it out on her channel, I think yesterday. Be sure to check it out. We had a good time. In particular, I was able to strap cameras on a number of animals around her farm. So for example, I got to strap a camera on her guard dog. So her guard dog, Gabe, got to have like the Toby Dog treatment. I also stuck a camera on one of her chickens. And when I did that, I was able to actually see like sort of how the chickens wander around and how they live. What else did I do? I stuck. Her son was so excited about what I did with the camera that he wanted me to stick a camera on him. And so we actually stuck a camera on him, and it was fun just watching us run around the farm kind of like in a kid's eye view. So that video was a lot of fun to make, and definitely encourage anybody to check it out. So yeah. All right, let me go back to the chat. I know I'm missing some stuff here. Oh, thank you, Jessica. I really appreciate that. You made me feel so much better switching to homesteading. My chickens and I are watching from the garage. Well, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, that's exactly right. The puppy's name is not yet. You nailed it. That's funny. Okay. Well, congratulations. That's great. New calf. That's exciting. Does Allison have input into the up-and-coming puppy with the name? The answer is yes. So I'm kind of like the main decider when it comes to the name, but Allison has like veto rights and, can offer up suggestions too. Cause I'm the one who's going to train her. I'm the one who's going to spend the most time with her. Like, so yeah, it's kind of my call, but she can definitely veto. Okay, Sticko Bean Nation. I will most definitely tell Toby Dog hello when I go check on him after the live stream here tonight. How long do I plan this stream? I don't know. Like, as long as I go, at least an hour. I'll give you that. Maybe longer, probably longer than that. Okay. Chris McIntosh, morning. You're interesting. I'm building an NFT game for a client. First game project. Normally I build websites. Have you ever thought about a Farmville-like game? Yeah, I have, and I honestly wouldn't be interested in it. This is probably a good time for me to get into this business too. so just to kind of recap for folks, last Saturday, I guess, yeah, it was Saturday that I put this video out, talking about an idea that I've had around putting out NFTs. And for those of you guys who don't know what an NFT is, it's what's known as a non-fungible token, it's essentially like a digital asset. And typically it's linked to like an image file. So essentially it's basically suggesting on the blockchain, or not suggesting, it's linking an asset on a blockchain to something that you own. And so that link on the blockchain essentially becomes verification that you own that thing. And so it's a way of making unique digital objects, essentially. And so what I was doing was kind of testing out an idea. I've been fascinated with NFTs, especially over the last month or two. I've been researching the heck out of it, learning a lot about it. And so I wanted to float the idea to all of you and get a reaction. And so that's why I made the video that I made on Saturday. I will say I got the reaction as like much quicker than I thought. And it was funny. So I put the video out. I think I posted it like around noon on Saturday. And I had just showed up at Justin Rhodes' house. Or I think it was around like 10 or 11 a.m. And, he and I were chatting. And I got like the notification that the video was posted. And like as soon as the video like went out, like there was like a very, very clear response from a lot of folks. I would say probably 95+% of the sentiment was, oh, you should absolutely not do that. People thinking that they were awful for the environment, people thinking that they were more or less a pyramid scheme. And a lot of folks saying that it was like a money grab on my part. I'm going to be really honest with you guys in this live stream. It kind of hurt my feelings. and I know I should get past it, and I have, but definitely when I was getting those messages, it sort of like stung. I was like, gosh, people really think that low of me. Like I was seeing it very much as like a criticism of me as a person. And, I probably shouldn't have. I think people don't necessarily understand them. It took me a long time to understand them, and I kind of had that perspective for a very long time. I think the reason I don't see them as an ecological nightmare is because I think that there are some NFTs that are 100% ecological nightmares, particularly stuff minted on like Ethereum. The amount of energy that's using to do that, like it's just not sustainable. And so that I put in a category, but you can use proof of work currencies and use that for minting and use that for your NFT, which has a significantly less, like you guys watching this live stream has 100 times more of an energy consumption than like a single transaction on something like, say, Solana. And so I don't see it as the ecological nightmare that a lot of other folks do because of that. If you act responsible, it can be responsible. The sort of pyramid scheme, it's a big hoax. I actually see that argument more. I could see people arguing that where like, okay, maybe that's something people think, but yeah, maybe these things go down in value. Maybe people lose money because they're treating it like an investment. And so I can see that. But what I was trying to do is actually create assets that are essentially linked to elements of our farm. And so as our farm does some things, it creates value for the NFT holder. Like, here's an example. Like, say I try to have, a certain number of eggs get laid by our ducks each week. If you guess that number, or if the number of eggs is over a certain thing, there can be like prizes or payouts that go to people for holding the NFT. Like that was sort of like the kind of rough idea I had. The way being, then it creates, a tie back to the farm. It creates a stake for people to hold in the farm. And so that was the idea I had. I don't know. It's probably a dumb idea. And to be 100% clear, as I've thought about NFTs and the idea of doing those NFTs, I really have come to the conclusion that I'm not going to do it. And so I had like a project I was sort of sketching out. And I've seen a couple conspiracy theories out there. Like, oh, I was planning on, going out there and I was going to make these NFTs. And I already was like 90% there. And this was just like my way of like announcing it. Not the case. I made the video that you actually see on the screen here. I made it solely for the purpose of getting a reaction and getting a response from you guys, the Goldshaw Farm community. And I got that reaction. And so that to me was really useful and really helpful. And I really appreciate it. And so I've actually dropped the project I was sketching out, and it did not really get very far. I have like, you know, some note cards, like, and actually I have a couple of them right here. Like I had these like note cards I was using to flesh out a project on like a board that I have right over here that I can't do without moving my camera. Like that was as far as it went. So it's no loss. You know, I think you guys know I'm a kind of always a person who's got an open mind and a willingness to try new things and be a little bit different. This kind of falls into that category. But yeah, I have zero plans to do an NFT. Any things I was sort of noodling with or considering, I'm actually dropping. At least, you know, for the foreseeable future. I don't know. Maybe if the world suddenly changes 3 years from now and this becomes just a norm, maybe I do it. But I'm not planning on going to be like the you know, like the NFT farming pioneer that I was considering being. I'm not. I've given up on that. Thank you for the super chat there, Pi. Yeah, here is the Pablo picture again. Yeah, it's a painting sort of similar. The Toby Dog one. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Wait. Yeah, you can see it over there, right there. That's the Toby Dog one. This is the Pablo one. Yeah, we should probably get Molly and Ginny and Lil ones. Lil's sitting on the chair over the other side of the room. So that's where that came from. All right, let me hit more questions. And I actually have some patron questions I need to get to too. So yeah, I know I missed a couple super chats here, so I just want to make sure I catch those. Thank you, Marcus. You're 100% sure a heifer is pregnant? No, I'm not. No. Let's be very clear. I believe my 2 heifers. I have 2 heifers, 2 cows, and I'm pretty sure they all are. So here's actually where my confidence comes from. I have not seen any signs of heat the entire time I've owned these cows, and so that to me is probably one of the most telltales. The other is they are definitely getting larger and larger, which would also suggest it. So that's where we're going. So yeah. Oh, Maureen, you like the sweatshirt? Yes. I don't know if you guys know this. This is going to be released, I think, next week. I'm going to have a brand new Goldshaw Farm sweatshirt available and design. It's going to be this Release the Quacken design. Yeah, you can see it here. Also, the free sticker. If you guys send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, you get this free sticker. It's the same design. I think it's really cool. I sent you a letter. How long does it take from mass? I sent you will be from. So, you know, it usually takes us a week or two if you guys sent, or probably even a little longer, sometimes 2 or 3 weeks, especially because I was traveling last week, for me to get back. Like if you sent like a sticker request, that'll be there. If you didn't send a self-addressed stamped envelope, it's really hard for me to get back, just because of the volume of messages we get. But I do try to get back. So Adam, hopefully I can get back to you soon. Well, thanks for watching it, Keeping It Slavic. I really appreciate it. Ebit, no, I do not plan on getting any bunnies anytime soon. Just not something for us. Do you plan on visiting? Oh, do I like the Urban Rescue Ranch? Oh, absolutely. I love Urban Rescue Ranch. Is one of my favorite YouTube channels. So yeah, 100% yes. Okay, let's see. How old is Toby Dog? Toby Dog is 2 years and actually he's about 2.5 years old. So his birthday is in September. He was born September 2019. Any chance with the 360 is giving you a hard time? Okay, so actually, John, I really appreciate you bringing this one up. So guys, I have a new video that should be coming out, like, I don't know, as soon as I can get it out. I made a 360 tour of the farm, like walking around kind of the wild parts of the farm, seeing the wild animals, seeing some really cool stuff. Unfortunately, it's like having trouble posting to YouTube lately. And so like it was supposed to actually post on Monday and it didn't. But it should be coming soon. I did want to actually share with you guys, and like as soon as I can post it, I'll just put it live, John. So stay tuned. I actually reached out to YouTube tech support yesterday and today, and they said they're working on it and trying to fix it for me. Like when you get more than 100,000 subscribers, there's actually like a secret hotline that YouTube sets up for you to like help you with problems. And so I'm working with them, but unfortunately, it's just still taking time. They're struggling with it too. But let me, John, because you asked, I'm going to share with you guys really quick this like little preview of some of the trail camera footage I found in that video. Yeah, that video is going to go live very soon. And like I said, it's one of those 360 videos where you can like pan around and zoom around and see everything, and it looks awesome. And again, I have an Oculus headset here at the farm. It is the coolest thing in the world to watch those videos with that headset. It is like you have literally transported to the farm and you're experiencing everything. So yeah, I most definitely suggest you check it out. Well, thank you, Ali. I really appreciate that. That is very cool. Thank you for the super chat. And I'm really excited about your cousin's farm. Manuel, thank you for the super chat as well. And yeah. So Calavala South Farm asks, Calavala, I hope I pronounced that right. South Farm asks, are you going to make maple syrup this year? Yes, I will be making maple syrup. Me and my buddy Alfred, we are going to be making syrup. So the plan is we'll be tapping trees here. We'll be tapping trees at his house. And then Alfred has this maple syrup evaporator that is absolutely amazing. Here, I'm going to actually bring up what it looks like. And you can see what it looks like. So we're not going to boil here at the farm. We're going to actually boil at Alfred's house. And, just to kind of show you what that looks like. Here, let's add this to the stream and you guys can get the full view. This is like an old video. I made this video, good golly, it's almost going on 4 years. But yeah, so this is like one of the old days. This is like at Alfred's house where we were collecting the sap, pulling everything together. And then this is an amazing maple syrup evaporator. And so we will be boiling on this evaporator later this year. Usually sugaring season starts around my birthday, which is in early March. And then it kind of runs into early or mid April. So yeah, most definitely. By the way, I just wanted to say a special shout out and thank you to all of my moderators who are here tonight. So we've got Rose from Wholesome Roots, Catherine North Star Prep Setter, Mindful Homestead, I think is here. Yeah, appreciate everybody here. Can you do a show on your drone work, why you don't use it to herd the cattle? Yeah, Alex, I could try to do something like that. And thank you for that super chat. I mean, just to give you a couple short answers to it. So, actually my drone, funny you should ask. Here's my drone. It's right here. It is a Mavic Air 2S, or it's the Air 2SI. or 2S. So this is it. The battery just plunks right into here. And so then it goes up in the air and flies around. It's been a great drone. I actually recently upgraded to it. I've been a fan. So the reason I don't use it with the cattle is that the cattle don't like it. The cattle are kind of scared of it. And so what I have found is it's better to draw the cattle to you than try to drive the cattle. And so using the drone would be the type of thing that's driving the cattle. And so my sort of animal husbandry and animal raising philosophies usually are trying to create as less stressful for the animals possible. And it seems like to me that the drone just causes them stress. So I try to avoid it. You know, I don't have any plans right now. Like maybe that may be something I do for like Patreon subscribers or something. But like, number one, it's like it would be such a drain on my internet here at the farm, which is already kind of slow. And then number two, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of a hassle. Like I always feel like, you know, all right, then we're being watched constantly. I like making YouTube videos and I like making videos because it's like on my terms. If I felt like I was like on constant surveillance, I'm not sure I'd like that very much. And so, you know, I want to try to keep this fun for me too. And yeah, so there you go. So when's the Justin Rhodes video coming out? So yeah, so I made videos while I was at both Jess's and Justin's. So Justin put out a video featuring me. I think it was like about 2 days ago. Because I was there on Saturday. I think he put his video out on Monday, I believe. Something like that. And so like you can see it right here, actually. It was so much fun just hanging out with him and getting the tour and seeing how his stuff works. My video with him here, I can actually pull up my schedule and I'll tell you the dates. I keep an editorial calendar. So in case you guys haven't noticed, I'm usually like a week or two behind with when the videos come out versus when they happen on the farm. The main reason is just it gives me time to edit. So next week will be all of the videos. Yeah, that's next week. So 217 will be my video with my friends over at Roots and Refuge. 219 will be with Justin. And then 221 will be with Meg and Ben Holler. Which, by the way, if you guys don't know the Hollers, here, I'm just going to bring them up. Like, so also some of my closest YouTube friends are Meg and Ben Holler. They are a couple who they were living in California. You know, Ben was working like crazy. It was super stressful for their marriage. They were having a really tough time. And so what they ended up doing is they ended up going on like a road trip where they went across the country and like visited, I think like 46 of the 48 continental United States. And they went around and they just had this amazing time. They bonded as a family. They had 4 kids at the time. They have 5 kids now. And it was just like an amazing trip for them. And so like they ended up settling in North Carolina. So they're like in the Asheville area, and beautiful little homestead. And I got to spend a lot of time with them. I even actually ended up staying in their camper that they went across the country in. That was where I slept that night when I stayed over at their house. Meg taught me how to make soap, because I'll just tell you guys this right now. I'm planning on offering soap from the farm later this year. And so Meg actually, she kind of sat down with me and taught me how to make soap. And I had such a great time. If you guys aren't familiar with the Hollers here, I'm not even going to drop the channel. I'm going to drop this video because this is the best video if you want to get to know the Hollers. You just watch this one. So maybe watch it after this live stream if you're looking for something to watch. Thank you, Jennifer, for that super chat. And let me try to answer your question. I think you're doing an amazing job. I love the way you show respect to your animals. Keep doing. Oh, just compliment. Thank you. That's very sweet of you, Jennifer. It means so much to me. And so thank you. You're watching from your workplace. Well, awesome, Agnes. I'm glad you're getting to enjoy us. Okay, let's see. I'm running so behind here. I apologize, guys. I will not be at the Homesteaders of America conference in April. You know, I didn't go back in the fall. I was actually supposed to speak, but I opted not to. I'm not sure if I'm going to go or not. I'll probably go to some events, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go to that one or not. We'll see. Wait, Adam, let me just be very, very clear. I don't want any myths here. I am positive on the concept of NFTs. It's not me saying I think all NFTs are great. I think actually some NFTs are real crap. And I think they're really bad for people and really bad for the world. So there are some projects, I 100% believe that. But I also think that there's actually some good ones. And I think that here's actually the biggest thing. I see a ton of potential. I don't think that potential has been fully unlocked yet, but I see the potential. So I would say I'm neutral on NFTs. I think that would be how I'd articulate my position. Oh, thank you, Amy. I'm glad it was timely. I'm glad you enjoyed that video. Not a lot of people did, but yeah. Hey guys, one thing I know I'm seeing questions like Gravy. I saw your thing earlier here. Like, if you keep like posting in here, you make it harder for other people to ask their questions, and so please don't spam questions. It actually makes this harder. Okay, South Carolina here. Good to see you, Martha. All right, let's see. I'm trying to catch up here. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Alex. Yeah, Liam, I will be getting the puppy. Don't worry. Like I said, I'm going to kind of keep it a little on the down low when I actually do it, but I will ultimately do it. All right, I'm doing a quick jump. Oh, some more super chats here. Let me. Fruity Loop, have you ever thought about getting quail? Thank you for all your hard. Oh, thank you, Fruity Loop. So I have thought about it, Fruity Loop, and the answer is I don't think quail are right for me. I just am not a huge fan of how you have to keep quail. I don't like just keeping birds in cages, to be honest. I like, if as you can see here, keeping birds out, letting them be able to range, letting them have space. That to me is really important. And so, quail, you have to keep them at certain temperatures, which would be actually hard given our climate. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. And so, yeah, I don't have plans on keeping quail. Not really, Rana. So I did one last check in November, and then I kind of wrapped them up with actually this special plastic wrap to keep them warm. And now I'm just going to kind of hope, and I will check back in with them in probably April, and we'll see how they're doing. But yeah, no plans to check on them right now. This spring, they absolutely, you're 100% right, Grandma Shelley. They absolutely need to be worked. I need a chute. I need a head gate. I'm building a whole setup. Actually, here, let me add this to the stream. So yeah, this is if you look here right now, this is my current cattle area. My plan is to actually build a chute area on the other side of the barn. Let me see if I can dig up a shot. I'm not gonna wait. Sorry. Yeah, but just the answer is yes. It's going to be basically a tub and a chute and a head gate, so that if I need to, get them medical exams, it's pretty easy. If I need to move them around, if I need to get them in a trailer, all of it's going to be pretty simple. And so, yes, that's going to be one of my earliest spring projects. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that, Terry. I will use that as part of my travel fund. So thank you. I very much appreciate that. Thank you for that super chat, Holy Grace. Also, I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are so incredibly generous. I really appreciate it. Okay, let me try to answer more questions here. Will you get a bull? Yeah, you know what? I probably will. I think either bull or AI. So the reality is this. Once my cattle have their babies, hopefully, knock on wood, fingers crossed, I'm going to need to figure out a way to rebreed them in a few, little, 6-9 months after that. And so actually maybe longer because of the timing, but I will need to rebreed them. Because of that, I'm going to be thinking about it. Either do I get a bull or do I get AI? If I only have, so let's go with a couple scenarios, because this actually matters a lot. Let's say, for example, all 4 of my cows right now have 4 female calves, and I'm left with 8 females. If that's the case, I will get a bull. Just because that to me is the number tipping point that makes the most sense to actually have that bull as just doing the work for me. But let's say if they all have, male calves, and I make them all into steers, because I won't try to breed any of them because of the genetics. I would probably end up AIing all 4 of my existing cows to get them pregnant again, just because that number that small. I'd rather take the interesting genetics from the bull and wait a couple of years before I get a bull. It just doesn't make economic sense. Now, the odds of either of those happening are relatively low, but what I'm ultimately thinking is it's going to be somewhere in the middle. So I might have like 2 females and 2 male calves born. And if that's the case, I don't know. It's going to matter based on like what bulls are available. And if there's a good deal, then I'll probably add the bull. If there isn't, probably go AI. So I'm a little bit on the fence with that. You should watch Line Goes Up by Folding. Oh no, I watched it 3 times, Rainbow Demon. Actually, and if you look at the video I made about NFTs, there's like I use like a whole bunch of clips of their stuff in my video. So I'm very familiar with them. That's for sure. No doubt about it. By the way, there's actually one thing for those of you guys who aren't familiar. I did want to talk about the joke that I had in this video, because I think some people didn't realize it was in fact a joke. I made a commercial for a fake NFT or non-fungible Toby series that I was going to offer out. And a lot of people didn't get that it was a joke. So, here, actually, let me play it for you.
Goldshaw Farm Entertainment, in association with Crypto Chain Productions, is pleased to present the Bored Toby Dog Yacht Club, a multiplayer universe based on 10,000 designs.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
And that's not ever to say that I plan to make the Bored Toby Dog Yacht Club.
So that was a joke, just to be 100% clear with everybody. That was me goofing around. I have, since I was a little kid, always loved monster truck commercials. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday at the Hartford Civic Center. Gonna have Gravedigger. Like, I love those commercials. And so anytime I can like make a spoof version of that, I like jump at it. And so that's what that was, just to be crystal clear with everybody and not like leave anything ambiguous. I just think it's very funny. And then the idea of the Bored Toby Dog Yacht Club, if folks don't know what that means. So probably one of the most, if not the most popular and high value NFT collections out there in this day and age is the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which are these like, pictures of slack-jawed monkeys with like various like features that are all a little bit different. Like here, let me show you what I mean. So like this is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. If you see these images, these are all Bored Ape images essentially. And so I was kind of parodying that when I did like this Toby Dog thing. So that's what that came from. So yes, that was all a joke. That was just me having fun, because sometimes I like to have fun. Thank you, FL Jack. Thanks for the Tales from the Farm with Toby Dog. Well, you're very welcome. I'm glad you can enjoy it. Thank you for the super chat. And like I said earlier, I'm not considering quail for the farm. Oh no, what happened to Mindful Homestead? I missed that. What happened to Jack? Oh gosh, Jack, you're sick, man. Oh, I didn't know that. Get well. Jeez, I am so sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing okay. I'm gonna shoot you a message after this. So the idea would be actually a couple things. One, actually using duck eggs, and then 2, using beef tallow, and then a couple of other things. 3. So here, let me talk about this one a little bit more. And by the way, actually, speaking of soap, Jack, I'm gonna actually put in a plug for him right now. Jack is embarking on a soap endeavor as well, using the lard from his pigs. Oh, the Dapper Pig. Oh wait, actually, Jack, can you just drop a link in there? I'm sorry, especially because you're sick. But yeah, so Jack has the Dapper Pig. I think it's called the Dapper Pig, and he's doing soap. But yeah, I'm actually thinking about doing soap. But here's the way I was actually thinking about doing soap on the farm. So what it would be is, and like Meg, I am internally grateful to Meg Holler for teaching me and taking the time with me last week to do this. But now that I get how to do the soap, I actually think it's something I really should do. there's going to be a series of soaps I start putting out that are going to be connected to the different animals on our farm. So there's going to be like a Toby Dog soap, and there's going to be a Pablo soap, and there's going to be a Ginny Barn Cat soap, and there'll be a Lil Barn Cat soap, and there'll be a Quackin' soap, and they're going to have different scents that are attributed to the animal somehow. It's not like I'm going to use Wet Dog to like scent the soap, but there's some things that like are distinctly Toby Dog that are going to make up the Toby Dog soap. And so the different recipes for the different soaps are going to be driven by the animals themselves. And so that's going to be something that you'll probably start to see soaps coming out this summer. It's part of my bigger business plan for where the farm goes. So, we're going to start be doing soaps. We're going to probably be doing some things with maple syrup, not actually selling syrup in bulk though, just because it doesn't make financial sense. The beef jerky thing is coming. Dog treats are another thing. So duck and goose foot dog treats are something that I'm going to actually release out probably in the spring. That might actually end up being the first product. And I think that those things will ship to Canada. When I sell eggs right now, I can't ship them to Canada. But I think the farm products themselves, I can do it. So yeah, William, that's the plan with the soap. It's going to be pretty fun. All right. Burrs Mill Homestead says, "Hey Morgan, love watching your channel. We have a small homestead in upstate. We'd love to be able to chat and pick your brain about farm life and incorporating social media. Keep up the good work." Yeah, if you want, yeah, we'll figure out. Shoot me a message, Burns Mill, and we'll figure something out. By the way, I need to get to my Patreon questions, because our patrons are some of the greatest, most supportive folks, and they actually had a bunch of questions. And I want to be able to answer those. So hold on. Let me get those up here. Okay, let's see. So the questions that they asked are: question, calving, what's the game plan? Being there to assist, especially with first-time mothers, is necessary. You can't rely on your veterinarian. So yeah, so my vet is going to be on call. She's going to be available, but I think as Patricia Emmons asks, like, what's my game plan? Like, what am I going to do? Kind of all that first response. I basically have a calving kit, and so my plan would be that, like, try to do our best. Between myself and my wife Allison, that is it. Then I also have a couple of neighbors who are experienced dairymen, and they've also volunteered to help. So yeah. Okay, next question from the Patreon patrons. I wish I could flash these up, but unfortunately it doesn't work between the programs. Have you ever had your Geese imprint on you? Asks Maya Frost. I'm curious because I never see any signs of it in your videos, and the answer is no. I actually, Maya, don't want my geese imprinting on me. I actually have found that animals that get imprinted on humans, like, they kind of are depressed a little bit when the humans aren't around. And so I actually imprint them on each other. And so that's why you see them as like tightly bundled flocks. I know it might make it a little easier for me to manage them sometimes if they had them imprint on me, but I actually don't feel like that's right because they spend most of their time with each other. And then, Christina Sharuma asks, does your trip to North Carolina, South Carolina suggest we might see a Goldshaw Farm show on Abundance Network or Abundance Plus Network soon? I can't say anything about that, Christina, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I can't say anything. No comment. So there you go. So how are the barn cats doing? They're doing good. Everybody's good. So, Lil Barn Cat, you saw, she was up here. She actually was scratching at the door and wanted to go out downstairs, I think probably to go to the bathroom, and she hasn't made her way back up. That's because my wife Allison is downstairs by the fire, and she probably hasn't left the fire. That's the reality. So Molly, I saw her actually sitting on the porch before I came up here. Ginny's probably napping in the barn. She tends to just like to sleep in this one room in the barn. It's like the Ginny room. And Pablo is sleeping outside in his little warmed, heated cat house. Are we making it? Yeah. So Joan, yes, actually, I was hoping to have it available and live tonight, but unfortunately there's a couple things I've got a friend. He's helping me get it set up. There is going to be a Discord server. I'm going to be doing stuff more and more on Discord. It took me a while to figure it out, but under my sort of NFT researching experience, I got more and more familiar with it. And now like I'm fully on board. I see the value in it. And so, yes, there will be a Goldshaw Farm Discord. And if you guys ever get a chance, it's going to be cool. So stay tuned. It should be in the next couple of weeks, Joan. So if you join our Facebook group or sign up for our mailing list, those will be the first ways you hear about it. But then also I'll probably announce it in a video somewhere. Peaches. Why do the ducks live separately from the geese? So the ducks live separately from the geese for a couple of reasons. One, just because that's just how I've always done it. Two, managing their eggs differently is actually the main reason. And then particularly in the summer months, I let the geese free range full time, but the ducks I lock up in the house. And the main reason I do that is because I want to train them to the house so that they lay their eggs in the house versus scattering duck eggs all over the pasture. So that's the main reason. Update on your book. It's coming. I've been making so much good progress ever since I quit my job. I've been writing up a storm. This book is I'm so pumped for it. And so you guys probably won't be able to buy it until the fall. But yeah, I'm making lots of progress is the answer. Louise, yeah, quite possibly. I'm still not 100%. I'm like 85%. I don't want to get over my head, but I'm seriously considering it. Carol, the dried meats will start to go on sale. Let's see. So butcher date is September 21st month. I would say probably like early November would be when you start to see that. The soap I would expect in the summer, and the dog treats I would expect in the spring. Oh man, I'm missing some more super chats. Sorry. I'm scrolling quick to get to the super chats. Okay. Alex asks, pheasant, partridge, squab, grouse, chachalakas, woodcock, guinea fowl, New York City. Yeah, they would, but I actually can't even sell them to them. So the challenge is I wouldn't be able to sell across state lines. So I'd be limited to really like Burlington restaurants, and they wouldn't go as crazy. So you have to be in New York State if you butcher on farm and want to sell it. And actually, I'm not even sure if that's legal in New York. But I can't butcher in Vermont and sell in Massachusetts, like say in Boston or New York or even Montreal. It's even more complicated. So it's a little tricky, but I know what you mean. I like doing some game bird would be kind of interesting. Yeah, Karen, I think your point is absolutely correct. AI or artificial insemination with the cattle would be could be quite expensive. But if you think about it, though, owning a bull is not cheap either. And so I might be paying. Actually, I did the math. If I think about owning a bull for a year, it's about the same. Particularly when I think about acquiring said bull and, assuming like I lose a little bit on a resale of the bull a couple of years later. And so there's that. Yes, the success rate is trickier, so I could have nothing. But then the upside is the genetics are way better than I could acquire. And so if I'm thinking about making my herd great, there is that. Yeah, so foster mom Gillette. Was that Tammy? Yes, Tammy. Oh, by the way, Tammy, happy birthday. I think I saw it was your birthday, so happy birthday. Yeah, so Tammy on a live stream guessed that I'd be at the Holler Homestead learning how to make soap on a last live stream, I think on Facebook. And so yeah, that's 100% right. Yeah, it was so much fun visiting everybody. The Hollers didn't make a video because, here's actually an amazing thing. And I grow to appreciate this the more time I spend with my friends. Like, not everybody like has to feel like you have to make content over everything. And it was so nice just hanging out with Meg and Ben. And like, we were just shooting the breeze with their kids and just chatting and talking and connecting again. Like I hadn't seen them face to face in year and a half, and actually longer, two plus years actually, 2.5 years. And so it was just great seeing them. But yes, your Tammy, you're spot on. And then, Andrew, thank you for purchasing that super sticker. That's awesome. All right, I know I'm so behind on this chat. It's like 8. I'm like 15 minutes behind. Hang on, I'm trying to catch up. If the pup is named Tyler, that would be Toby Tyler, like the book. That's funny. Thank you for the super chat, Dave. Yeah, large. Oh, yeah. See, I'm way behind. Yeah, Rose, you should try to make some goat soap. That'd be kind of cool. So Morgan and the other, what about selling things in Europe? Shipping one thing would be really expensive, but you work together and ship it. You know, it's an interesting idea. I think the challenge is the working all together part is easier than it sounds easier than it actually is. Like it would be like kind of complicated to figure out drops and difficult. And then, financially, I'm not sure it would actually quite make sense. So there you go. Jack, I'm so sorry. I blew that up on you, man. I'm sorry. Guys, I didn't say anything about Jack's super secret soap project, but if you follow the Mindful Homestead on Facebook and Instagram, and their YouTube channel, I'm sure you'll get updates. I'm sorry about that, dude. I'm really sorry. I apologize. 1,000 pardons. I'm so sorry, man. I didn't realize that. Thank you, Andrew, for that super sticker. This is where it gets awkward, where a friend will tell you something and then I blab it to 1,100 people. Sorry about that, Jack. How long am I going to keep running the farm? Well, Mob Slayer, let me do some math and I can actually give you an exact answer of what I hope. Let's see. So I am 42 minus 42. So my goal is to run the farm for another 62 years because I'd like to keep running this farm until I'm 104. So that's my answer for you. So I'm planning on being in business another 62 years, and then we'll kind of let things go. So that's the plan because I'll be 42 in about 3.5 weeks. Yeah. Dried fish cod scented soap for all. What's that? The Ginny scent? Yeah, no, it won't be that. It's funny. Allison and I were actually talking about this over dinner, and she was saying that Pablo Barncat would smell like Axe body spray. She said Lil would smell like Teen Spirit, like if you guys know it, not like the Nirvana song, but like Teen Spirit, the deodorant. Toby Dog was going to smell like BO in her book, BO and leather, which actually kind of is what Toby smells like. Yeah, it's not going to smell like a wet Toby Dog. So yeah, there you go. Do not feed ducks and geese treats to dogs from Canada or China. The ones in Canada are oftentimes shipped and poisoned and can't. Yeah, so there is that, but no, these duck and goose feet are actually just in our freezer right now. They are from the ducks and geese on our farm. They will be dehydrated. They won't even be cooked, actually, so there's less breaking issue and risk. And so they're really a high-quality treat is the intention, and they're going to be untreated, so we're actually not going to, put any additives to it. So, yeah, that's not going to be a risk for us, but, yeah, you're right. You should be careful. So, Rose, I am starting to learn new things, but this is the beauty of me not having a day job. Like, think about it. Like, for the last 4 years, I've had 50 hours a week that I've had to dedicate to working in the life insurance industry. And now I don't have to do that. And so I just, I'm off the chain. Like, I'm going full tilt. Thank you, Eric Erickson. I really appreciate that. Tula. I've heard Tallulah as a good puppy name. I do like that one. Wet gun. There's actually a wet gun dog cologne. I gotta check that out, Alex. That's pretty cool. How did I get the name Goldshaw Farm? All right, well, let me tell you the story. So my name is Morgan Gold. It's the name I was born with. The farm here has always traditionally been known as the Shaw Farm because the Shaw family took it over in 1870 and owned it till like the mid 1970s. And so even locally around here, everybody knows this is the Shaw Farm. And the folks who owned the farm immediately before us, they actually had an organic vegetable CSA that they marketed under the name Old Shaw Farm. And there used to be a sign out in front of the farm that said Old Shaw Farm. And one day I just joked to Allison and like, hey, we could just keep this really simple and just call it Gold Shaw Farm and put a G in front of it and we're done. And she actually liked that idea. And so that's how we became Gold Shaw Farm. And in case you're wondering, it's 3 words, right? Because Gold, my last name, Shaw, the name of the family who used to own the farm, and then farm because it's a farm. Robert asks, what is imprinting? So imprinting is when like a baby bird is born, usually like kind of the first thing it spends the first day or so with is what it actually fixates on and sees as like a mother figure, or like it, like that's its familiar connection. And so yeah, there you go. And so that's what happens. Oh, Margaret, I hope you're not gone yet, but good to see you. I always appreciate you and your support and you watching. See, now I'm catching up on the super chats. Yeah. By the way, happy birthday, Tammy. All right, let me catch up here. I'm going to keep jumping up ahead. What about sheeps and goats? Actually, I'm going to share something with you that was kind of fun. That actually happened at Justin's place on Saturday. Because I've been thinking about it. I think at some point, someday, I could easily see getting sheep. I have no plans to ever get goats. So I do not think I will be getting goats. Just because, number one, they run the risk of decimating my trees. Number two, they are, I don't know, they're escape artists and they have parasite issues. And typically the way you balance one of those issues is with the other. And so just not something I'm rushing into doing, to be very, very blunt. But sheep, I could easily see doing sheep. Sheep would be something that I think would be much more likely to happen, versus the goats. It's just a tough sell for me. But yeah, here's what happened with the sheep.
Hey, don't sneak out. Back in there. It's trying to nurse off my finger. Okay, go back to mama.
What are you doing? Don't follow me. Wait, hey.
Stay right where you are. Stop. Let me put you back in. Come on. Go back in. Go back home.
I think this chain has one too many links. Okay, that should be better. Don't be escaping, little one. As adorable as you are, I don't want you trying to sneak out, okay? You got that?
Yeah, that lamb was like a day old or so. It was really adorable. And so, I could easily see getting sheep on the farm. So that wouldn't shock me in the least bit, for sure. The other thing I did was while I was at Jess's house, I strapped a camera on her son. Yeah, that's correct. And here's what happened there.
Hey, we're taking my tiniest camera and putting it on the tiniest kid.
Let's go around the fields. We're filming here. Come on.
Parkour.
Hey Noah. I asked if I could have a camera on me. Kitty.
Weird. So yeah, that was Jess's son Ezra, just wearing the camera, and it was awesome watching him run around the farm like that. And you're like, God, to be a kid again. And just, I don't know. I also just want to scream parkour at every little fence jump that he made there. All right, the Ink Guy, thank you for the super chat. Do you have 3 hens you can sell me in May? I want to have eggs. Honestly, we're not really selling hens right now. for the most part, we actually have plans for all the hens that we have on the farm. So sorry, I do not. Valerie asks, how did you avoid burnout before quitting your day job? It was hard. I think the biggest way that I avoided burnout was I absolutely love the stuff that I do here on the farm. I love working on the farm. I love working with the animals. I love spending time outside. Like, that's my happy place. Like, that's the thing I love. And then I also love making videos, and I love telling stories. And so those two things are like my favorite activities. And I often have said this before, where it's like, if I were to win the lottery tomorrow, like at this point, not much would change. Like, I would always say, hey, I would have quit my day job, but just focusing in on the farm and making videos would be what I'd still do. I might have like more fancier equipment and more animals and hire some help so I can like scale things up and make them bigger. But other than that, my life wouldn't change much if I won the lottery at this point. And so having that passion is the thing that kept me from burning out over those years as I was building this up, because I saw that I was trying to build something bigger and bigger that could be like my long-term game. And so that's what kept me motivated and kept me from burning out. But I will admit, it wasn't hard. Yeah, there you go. Toby smells of lavender, Zen Frog. Yeah, that's a decent thing. I could see Toby smelling like that. 104. Will you be profit by it? Bruce, I resent that comment. I was profitable in. I was not profitable. It wouldn't be fair to call me profitable in 2018. I was profitable in 2019 by like $50. And 2020, I was profitable. I think I made like $5,000 in net profit. And 2021, I made $7,500. So I'm profitable now, man. I don't know. I got a chip on my shoulder on that one. I really do think it's important to run a profitable farm. And I'm proud of the work we've done. Thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate it. No, Samuel, selling life insurance did not create passive income, and people who say that are probably scam artists. I wasn't a life insurance salesman. I did marketing for a life insurance company. Do you deal with predators such as coyotes with a rifle or just trap them? So I've actually never killed a coyote. I haven't needed to. I try to avoid doing it. Actually, there's a lot of arguments to be made that if you kill coyotes, you're actually going to only create more coyotes. I have used a rifle and a shotgun to deal with certain pests around the farm. Like when I had to evict some raccoons from the barn, and I've had to deal with like woodchucks in the garden, which is how I ended up eating woodchuck and how I ended up eating raccoon. Yeah, there you go. Will I be your spirit guide? Lisa, I don't know what that takes. I don't know if I want to sign up for something I don't know. So there you go. Wait, Sarah Schneider, here, I'll pay your stupid tax for a Freudian slip. Wait, oh, did I say something bad that I didn't even, I hope I didn't say anything bad. But I appreciate you paying the tax for me, Sarah. All right. Jaden says, I am 11 years old and you're my favorite farm channel. I learned so much. Well, thank you, Jaden. I really appreciate that. Thanks for hanging out. Texas Roast, I'm trying to figure out what I'll do, because I really do hope to hit that 500,000 number. And I think we're on track to do it. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'd love any suggestions. Definitely do a commemorative 500,000 sticker. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I should do a plug and just make sure for everybody who's hanging out here right now. If you would like a free sticker, and right now the free sticker I'm giving away is this, you can't really see all that well. Hold on, let me fix my camera. It's a really cool design. It's the same thing that's on my sweatshirt. It's a Release the Quacken design. These are the stickers that are being given away for free right now. If you want the sticker, all you have to do is send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Goldshaw Farm, P.O. Box 225, Peacham, Vermont 05862, and we will send you this free sticker. And please, just a self-addressed stamped envelope. That's really important. That means, you send us the envelope, and then you send us inside that envelope an envelope you want us to send it back to that already has postage, that already has your address written on it. If you don't send the self-addressed stamped envelope, we can't send you the sticker. we get so many requests right now. We just don't have the time to, find an envelope, write your address on it, put a stamp on it. Like, we can't do it. So you won't get a response if you don't send a self-addressed stamped envelope. But if you do, you get a free sticker. So you pay the postage, we give you the free sticker. That's how it works. So yeah, Goldshaw Farm, P.O. Box 225, Peacham, Vermont, 05862. That is our address. All right. We're going to take a couple more questions and then I got to go. Let's see. How is the hound hunting thing going? Haven't heard much. So there isn't much. There's actually a hearing this week that I tried to get on, but like all the slots got booked already. Like it was instantly. And so by the time I heard that there was going to be this hearing within the state here in Vermont, I got blocked out of it. I actually have to write some testimony up and send it in. So there's that. The other thing, actually, so I was invited to go on the Meat Eater podcast, but they have actually since rescinded the offer, and I will not be appearing on Meat Eater. I was going to actually potentially travel out to Montana to go record an episode in March, but they've said they're saying nobody's interested in it anymore. So I will not be on. So there you go. That's my hound hunting update for right now. Thank you, Clements. Me and my cats love to watch your video. They're like the ducks in the big screen. Well, I really appreciate the support. And Michael, thank you again. Very, very generous. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the sheeps would eat the seedlings. I do watch Sandy. I think she makes some great videos. Yeah, so I would actually need to protect it fencing wise. But see, sheep are easier to contain than goats. That's, I guess, my point. Like, goats are like super ninja escape artists. Sheep can be sneaky, which is actually really why I like the cattle, because they're the hardest. They don't sneak out nearly as much as anybody else. Why does killing coyotes bring more? Okay, this is actually a very good question. So coyotes in their breeding process actually adjusts for sort of the level of population. And so there are biologist reports that show that coyote breeding escalates up when there are larger hunting harvests of coyotes. So that's the main thing. I also don't like to hunt and kill stuff unless I really need to. I'll hunt deer because I think the deer population very much needs to be controlled because their natural predator, the wolf, is no longer here in this ecosystem. And so humans have to step up and be the predator. And so that's why I do that. Same thing with turkeys, actually. Coyotes don't need it. Coyotes will regulate their population based on the land available and food available. And so it doesn't need to be done. Plus, I'm not going to eat a coyote. It's eating dog. Like that's not for me. So yeah, there you go. But I'll happily eat a deer. Well, Pill, I appreciate you watching, and thank you for your service. How long are the monthly updates now that they're full-time, or they haven't changed? I mean, they're just always kind of like as long as I keep going. I'm having fun chatting. At a certain point, though, like my voice starts to go out, and I got to get up in the morning, and don't want to sleep too much. All right. Let's see what else we got in here. Farm party. I'm actually working on that. I know folks have been wondering, like, are we going to open farm up? And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Roman, like I was saying, I like hunting. I consider myself a hunter. Not a good hunter, but a hunter. Yeah, so like I said, I hunt for deer and turkey here. I will also hunt varmints around the farm just to kind of keep things in check. Yeah, I know. Oh, Joshua and Doris are busting me. Yes, I know Ezra isn't the youngest. It just sounds better. Like, I'm going to put my tiniest camera on the second tiniest kid. Sounds weird versus the tiniest camera on the tiniest kid. So Ben was like sitting right there when I recorded that. But yeah, no, that is true. What are the first plans for spring projects? So the two most important spring projects, and it's going to really kick off as soon as the snow melts. Number one, it's going to be to put in the cattle chute and cattle handling system. That's the most important. And then number two, it's going to be fencing in the upper pasture. so that the cattle will have a space to graze in the summer. Those are the two most important projects. Once I do that, it'll be much easier. So yeah. Thanks for that support there, Carrie. Good to see you tonight. Not good. Like, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't seek it out as food. I'm glad I did it. I slow cooked both of them. So there you go. I think it's only hard to navigate, Christina. Like, if you're not familiar with it, like once you get into the rhythm of it, because I actually felt the same way you did. But then once I started getting used to it because I had to use it, I think it was pretty good. What is your favorite thing to do with Toby Dog? And my username is my user channel. Okay. My favorite thing to do with Toby Dog is probably I like just going on walks with him around the permaculture orchard. And this time of year, you know, I'm less excited about it. You know, just because it's deep pasture snows. But you know, pretty soon it'll be nice. And then I just love going on the walks and looking at the trees and walking with Toby Dog. That or brushing him. Like brushing him is like my special time to connect with him. So I also like doing that. Hey, Don, good to see you, buddy. Just finished Boba Fett with it. I just saw it today too. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. But yeah, I like that show a lot. I've liked The Mandalorian and I like that. I'm really excited for the Ahsoka Tano show. And I guess there's an Obi-Wan show coming. I'm pumped for all of them. Yeah. Self-addressed stamped envelope is old school, Tara. You're exactly right. That's why I feel like some people actually don't know what it is. That's why every time I talk about it and like put our address up, I'm always explaining what the self-addressed stamped envelope is because like most people just sort of goes over their head. But yeah, it's like when I was a kid, that's how like you get anything. Like, for example, I used to collect like baseball card players' signatures. And usually what you could do is if you sent a retired baseball player 2 of his baseball cards and a self-addressed stamped envelope, he would usually sign one and send it back to you and keep the other one. And so that's how I used to do it all the time when I was a kid. Oh boy. Sorry, I was petting Lil earlier and I forgot to wash my hands. Yes, I'm still allergic to cats, despite all the cats around. Oh, Rose and family watch Boba Fett with the kids on Friday nights. That's a good little ritual. So like I said, Treehouse Dweller, I think it's like late May, June, based on when they were put with the bull and how much time they spent with the bull. It should be between that and that. That's the time period that I'm looking at. Okay. Ooh. I think I stirred up some controversy around Sandy Rock. You know, look, I think sometimes folks can see a farming practice one way or the other and just be very critical of it. I would encourage you to give more leeway and do more research. And look, you might be right. Like, oh, like maybe her animals are too cramped or something. I don't personally believe that. I think you just have to recognize that not everybody's going to do it the same. And I think there's actually something to be learned that can be learned. Oh, hey, yeah, you like these? Oh, is that Hope? Yeah. This is going to be available starting next week. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be announcing it in a video. But yeah, these will be available. I think they're pretty cool. Rabbits regulate probably. Yeah, I think a lot of actually animals have that mechanism and way to do that to keep their population levels healthy, which is what they're usually shooting for. Any ideas of starting a live gaming channel with Toby Dog and play games and stream? It'd be fun. I don't know. I don't know if people really would want to watch me play video games. I mean, I will admit, if you guys ever play Rec Room on Oculus, you might find me there. I don't know if Toby Dog would want to play games though. I don't think that would work. Do I brew that moonshine with Alfred? No. This is water. By the way, there's a bug that just landed in my water. You see that? Hold on. It's one of those fake ladybug beetles. This is water. This is not moonshine. Just we don't have glasses at our house. We only use mason jars just because, like, why add glasses, you know? Yeah. And Alfred doesn't drink. let's see. Have you considered adding Rhea to your farm? No, I'm never going to do that. So my buddy Ben over at the Urban Rescue Ranch, he has Rhea, and they seem like nasty animals. I like the battles he has with Kevin. No, thank you. Next week, Christine's Garden. Next week, these will be available. They'll be available, I think, in this blue, black, a couple other colors. Yeah, they're gonna be cool. 80s, 90s punk kids. Yeah, there you go, Rich. Yeah, you're speaking my language, man. Yeah, no spoilers on Boba Fett, please. Yes, come on. Be respectful. You know, I have a very strong view on spoilers. So I feel like, you know, within the first 12 months of something being out, you should be respectful of spoilers and like don't ruin stuff. If somebody hasn't seen something though in a year, and like, you know, I don't think you need to be nearly as protective. Like if I were to like suddenly give away the ending of The Usual Suspects, which is a movie from like, I don't know, I think it was like the late 90s, mid 90s. Like, look, if you haven't gone out to see it yet, that's on you. And I shouldn't be constrained on what I say or don't say. And in terms of like that and worrying about spoilers. Like, I'm happy to spoil The Rise of Skywalker. Like, you know, that's past the window of no spoilers. But Boba Fett, which I think that episode came out, yeah, just came out. I just saw it today. Like that, yeah, that's not okay. How do I do the self-addressed stamped envelope if I'm from overseas? So all you have to do is check with your local post office and find out how much postage is it going to require to get back from the United States. And they can tell you that, because I've done this for folks in England and France, and I think we had one from Italy and one from Japan. And so that's what it takes. Oh, thank you, Renee. My son Henry wanted to send you some of his egg money. Well, Henry, thank you. I really appreciate it. That breaks. I feel bad taking Henry's egg money, but thank you. Thank you both, and thank you, Henry. The t-shirt will be on our, the t-shirt and sweatshirt, because there'll actually be a t-shirt version of it too. It'll be on our Teespring. Oh, actually, this is a good question. So how did Urban Rescue Ranch get one of your geese? Story, please. So I sent Ben a box of eggs, like probably right around this time last year. And that's when he hatched out Morgan the goose. And yeah, it's named after me. So yeah. Oh, you want the P.O. box here? Yeah, here it goes. P.O. Box 225, Peacham, Vermont, 05862. Wilbert wants to watch me play video games. Okay. I'm not very good. It's like my stress relief, you know? Yeah, bug for you. Extra protein. Yeah, okay. Hey, JK, thank you. How is Allison? Allison's good. She's downstairs. She went skiing today. I think, like, she was telling me, like, her skis got tuned a different way, and it kind of kicked her butt. And so I think she's kind of resting up by the fire, reading a book, hanging out with Lil, because Lil left me. She's no longer here. She's downstairs, probably hanging out with Allison. Where is the oh yeah, I was meaning to do that. I should do that. Yeah. Hey, Duke. Coyote communicate with each other. If there are fewer responding, they have more. Yeah, that's exactly what I've heard, Duke. Yes, I believe you are correct. Will you be? I'm going to interpret this as, will I be milking my Highland cattle? And the answer is not in the first go around. So all right. This is a story to get into here. So when I was down visiting my friends, and I visited a number of my friends, including my friends Jess and Jeremiah, you can see actually one of their Jersey calves right here. Justin Rhodes has them, and the Hollers have them. They all have milk cows. And I got to admit, I was down there staying with them. They were giving me this amazing cream, this amazing milk. Like, we were drinking milk at dinner, which I haven't done since I was like, I don't know, in my like kid age. But it was amazing drinking this amazing raw milk right from their cow. And it got me thinking. I really do want it. Jess Sowers taught me how to make butter, and I ended up putting up a TikTok on that one, which you can find on TikTok. It was so much fun. The hollers, like just hanging out with them and just drinking milk, like just it was crazy, but it was so much fun. And so it does have me wanting milk. Allison is allergic to dairy, so I don't think it's actually all that practical for us to get our own milk cow. But what I would like to try to do is milk our Highlands because they are dual purpose. Unfortunately, though, our 4 cows that we have right now are not used to being handled, and I think they'd actually really struggle with me trying to milk them. And so I'm not going to probably try them. But that said, I want to try to handle the calves that they have in the hopes that in a few years from now, I'm able to milk those calves. And so that is my longer term plan. Milk them. Rose commands it. All right, guys. I'm going to answer one last question. I already answered that question. I'm going to answer one last question, and then that's going to be it. So let's see. I'll give you a second to queue up any good last final questions. Got Boost in Forlow wants a shout out, I guess. All right, go for it there, bud. Homemade butter is not good. Homemade butter is amazing. It was like a transformational experience having that butter that Jess made. It was great. All right. I'm gonna answer a couple more questions, but that's it. Question cut off. All right. Can you make fiber farm from your animals? I think I could probably make. I'm trying to make a sweater out of Toby Dog, and so I've been collecting his fur for about a year now, or actually almost 2 years now, and that is actually my plan. So that's probably the animal I'm most likely trying to make fiber from. I bet you I could try to do something with the fur of the Scottish Highland cattle. So yeah. It'll be the fall. So yeah. And well, Kyla, I'm glad to hear that. That really makes me feel happy to hear that. I love hearing kids enjoying our videos. Okay. All right. I guess that's about it. Okay, just to recap and wrap some things up for you guys. Number one, we are not doing an NFT collection. There's no plans, not happening. Nope, nothing's going on. Like I said, I was testing the water. I wanted to get a reaction. I got a reaction. I appreciate it. Now I'm moving on to other things. I think actually the biggest thing that I'll say that I'm moving on to is this farm products website, which will include the jerky, which will include soap, which will include dog treats, which might even include a couple of other things. That's going to be the next thing that we zero in on. So that's that. And what other recaps? A puppy coming soon. I'm not telling you guys when for a couple of reasons, like security mostly. But yes, it's on the way. She is on the way, I should say. Yeah, like I said, last week I was actually down in the Carolinas. I was in South Carolina visiting Jess's place. I ended up going to North Carolina and visiting Justin Rhodes's place. I have videos coming out about both of their stuff next week. But if you want to see kind of what's going on with their farms, actually, they both posted videos about me. You can check them out on their channels, Justin Rhodes, as well as Roots and Refuge Farm. Also, there'll be a video next week that I put out where Meg Holler teaches me how to make soap. And yeah, that's that. And then I want to give a shout out and thank you and just extreme appreciation to my moderators. This could not happen without them. So please show them love and support and check out their channels, whether it be Rose at Wholesome Roots, whether it be Don at Little Mountain Life, whether it be Jack at the Mindful Homestead. Trying to see if anybody else was in here tonight. Kathy at North Star Prep Center. If even she wasn't here, she always does an amazing job. Smoggy. I will check Discord. I've been traveling, bud, and I didn't check, and I know I need to check. I will check as soon as I log off here. But But yeah, Smoggy, guys, if you don't know Smoggy is like helping get the Discord going, and he's been amazing, and I really appreciate his help. So thank you, guys. Where did he collab? Here, actually, let me just drop these in the chat just so if anybody wants to see videos of me on channels other than Goldshaw Farm, this is where you will see them. Hang on. Let me first find Roots and Refuge. All right, so I'm dropping these in the chat right now. So this is Roots and Refuge, and Justin Rhodes. These were fun videos to make. I will say, like, it's weird being on other people's videos. Yeah, and then again, one last call for it. If you guys want to get free stickers, and right now it's going to be this sticker, which the design is going to be for sale starting next week. Just send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Goldshaw Farm, P.O. Box 225, Peacham, Vermont, 05862. Thank you, guys. I'll be back with another video tomorrow. It's going to be, let's see, what's the video for tomorrow? All right, I can give you guys a sneak preview. Oh, it's going to be talking about why ducks and geese get frostbite feet, or do they not? Like, and trying to explain that one. So that'll be coming out tomorrow. Also, there's going to be a surprise video coming out. I just don't know when. It's whenever YouTube gets kind of their poop together, where it'll be a 360 tour of the wilderness of the farm. It's a really cool video. I really enjoyed making it. That'll be out soon. And then, yeah, I'll be out with more. And I hope everybody has a great night. And thanks for watching.